Hey, today is day 13 of 3 miles a day for 31 days. And I'm not going to lie, today was hard. I had a hard day personally, and I did not want to get on the treadmill and get it done. And the only reason I did is because I have a commitment to myself, and I don't want to let myself down, and I want to show up for myself. And it's about showing up even when I don't feel like it, and just not letting myself be controlled by my feelings. And yeah, so that makes me feel a little bit more powerful for sure. I don't know if powerful is the word at this moment because I had an emotionally hard day. So I don't necessarily feel powerful, but I do feel better, and I am proud of myself. So there's something to be said for setting a goal and showing up, even when you're not into it. And so often I think it's easy to just blow stuff off because your mood or life situations or things happen. But I want to be known as somebody who you can count on. If they say they're going to do something, they're going to do the very best they can, even if it's late and it's in a cold basement and it's on the treadmill. They show up and they do what they say they're going to do. So I listened to it. I actually watched a TED Talk on YouTube today, and it was I think it's Stinson. I'll put all that in the notes here so you can look on it yourself. But it was how to deal with rejection and when life is unfair and people hurt you. And so I thought that was really good today because that's something I deal with in my business. I'm in sales. And so people reject me. People have preconceived notions about what I do. People can be snarky. People can ignore you, and that's a form of rejection as well. So some of the things he said, which I thought there were two major points about rejection. I'm looking at my notes. It said, see rejection as a psychological projection. So when somebody rejects you, and I like this a lot, they're not rejecting you. They're projecting their own fears, their own hurt, their own pain, their own insecurities onto you. And when you view it that way, you're more likely to have empathy and sympathy for them and less likely to internalize it yourself. I'm like, ooh, super good, right? And that changes it. It makes it not about you anymore. And it also changes your heart around how you feel about them. So that was really good. The other thing he said, which I thought was really good, is when we see other people's, we can also view rejection as protection from things or people or events that weren't meant to be in our lives anymore. And I was like, oh, yeah, wow. Because when I view it that way, I lost my job in May. I was actually fired, separated, separated from a company. And I had never been separated they severed their agreement with me before. And in all my years, and I pride myself as being professional and dedicated and a hard worker. And wow, that hurt a lot. And then I couldn't talk about it on advice of legal counsel. So I couldn't actually even defend myself to people. So yeah, that's fun too, right? So let everything swirl and let people think what they want to think. And, but I look back now, and that was protection, because that season of my life and that place I was in, although it served a purpose and it was a blessing at a time, it no longer served me and it was no longer a blessing, and I needed to move on. And I was not strong enough to do that. And so it's a blessing. So I'm viewing that rejection as like God protecting me from something that I could not do myself. And so instead of getting angry, as he said, this is the notes I took, instead of being angry or bitter by rejection, view it as a protection and a catalyst for something better, which, yay, it has been a catalyst for something better, because I am now at an incredible company. I've completely changed what I'm doing that really fits me authentically. Fitness, brand, activewear, and health and wellness, which really fills my cup, that I can help other people and feel like I make an impact in that way. So yeah, this was a really good one. It was really good, and I got a lot out of it. So I'm glad I showed up for me.